Well, hello. Hi, everyone. Hopefully we are live. Let me just test everything out. So, Yep, it looks like welcome to this webinar on personal branding versus business branding. If that's what you signed up for, you're definitely in the right place. And thank you so much for joining me. So I just need to do a quick sound check and allow everyone to grab a cup of coffee or a glass of water and some notepad and pen. But just give me a quick thumbs up. Can you hear me? And can you see my screen? You should be able to see that first slide of personal branding versus business branding. Can I have a couple of quick yeses? I know there are people jumping on as I speak, but we've got a few of us here already. So if one of you, even just one of you, could let me know in the chat box that you can hear me and you can see my screen, then that would be fantastic and we can get started. Don't be shy, and would love to also hear from where you might be tuning in from. I know there's a lot of us here from Melbourne, Australia, but I also know that we've got some people from other places. So just type into the chat box, can you definitely see my screen and hear me, and we'll get started. I'll just pop that in. And can you see my screen? So we can get going. Now, I'm not having any interaction. I know you're jumping on, so I know we've got lovely attendees here live. Let me just see who's here. All right, Carmen, Stephen, John, Fred, awesome. Thank you for jumping on. Are you able to see my screen? And can you hear me? Doing that quick check-in before we actually dive into the content. The last thing I want is to be presenting this to you and for nothing to be happening on your end. No to both questions. Okay, so we have a problem. Okay. So we have a problem. Let me sort this out. Let's give it a go. Okay, stop broadcast, no audio. That's really interesting. What if I turn it on again? Let me just check that my audio is synced up here. Playback devices. So can see screen, just no audio. It's really odd. That's odd, John. Okay. Do you get audio when you jump to YouTube? That would be nice to know. So it works. Fred's saying it works if you go to YouTube. Okay. You've just got to love technology. Just got to love it. So, okay. All right, everyone understand we've got a problem. We've got a techie problem. I've no idea what's happening. I just know that everything seems to be operational from my end, as in I don't know what else to press. I'm sharing my screen, my audio is live, present to everyone. Like there's nothing intuitively obvious. Is it okay if we get started? So let me just see who else is in the room, who else has jumped on. Still just a handful of us at the moment, even though stacks of people signed up. All right, so it works on YouTube. So can you now hear me? That's my question. So can you hear me perfectly, and can we proceed? Perfectly. And can we proceed? And I'll have to edit all this out at the end. Thank you, John. Thanks, Fred. So it's definitely all working for you. Carmen, Stephen, can I hear from you, please? Yep. Carmen and Stephen, can you click on the YouTube, hang on a sec, YouTube icon and go straight to YouTube to watch, please. All right, sorry about this, guys, really annoying. Oh my gosh, I've been testing webinar software platforms, other ones as well, and I have to say, you know, other than the good old robust GoToWebinar, and I love Zoom, all the others, you know, nothing's perfect yet. They all have their little bits and their pieces. All right, So I'm not getting anything. There will be no interaction. Yeah, that's true, John. Actually, that's true. But you can have two screens open. Okay, so can have two screens or tabs, I should say. Yeah, so two tabs open. So open YouTube link in new tab, and then you can flick through. All right, because I did want to interact. I really do apologize for this. Honestly, annoying to have this. Hi, Joseph. Welcome. We're just having technical issues. So please jump onto YouTube. Two screens. Yeah, Fred, I think two screens isn't practical for everyone, but definitely two tabs. You can definitely have two tabs. So I'm just going to put that back in, and you've got to go to YouTube to be able to see what's going on. So it's funny, but I had difficulty setting this up, and it's obviously giving me difficulty. All right, so let's dive in. I really, really want to start sharing this with you. So I know my audio is working. Actually, what's happened here? Playback, recording, just double checking the right speakers are logged in. Yeah, they definitely are. Okay, two windows. That's cool, Fred. Okay, let's get cracking, hey? So this is all about personal branding versus business branding. Which one is best for your business? So welcome to this webinar and this training today. It is brought to you on behalf of the Smart Small Business Alliance and Business to Business Buzz. So the Smart Small Business Alliance is a group specifically centered around helping small business owners around Melbourne and Australia in particular get all the essential elements up and running into their business. And that ranges from marketing to sales to finance to networking, customer service, and a whole stack of other resources for you. So make sure you've joined our group, Smart Small Business Alliance. Make sure you've liked the page to be given all the updates. And I'm Nameki of Business to Business Buzz. So who is this for? It's perfect for entrepreneurs, service professionals in small business, basically. So if you're confused about the difference in your branding, then we're going to clarify that. If you're not sure which one is the best for your business strategically, the business branding or the personal branding, again, you're going to gain some clarity on that, hopefully make some better decisions. And also, if you're thinking of updating or changing your branding, then this might actually influence which way you go or what you build in moving forward. So who am I? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nameki Georgiadis. Welcome to today's Smart Small Business Alliance Marketing Masterclass. I currently run my own business consulting firm, which is a strategic marketing consulting firm for small businesses. And I love helping transform the businesses of service professionals and entrepreneurs by using their messaging and their strategic marketing. So that's a tiny bit about me. And if you need to connect with me on LinkedIn, if we're not connected on Facebook or LinkedIn, please look up Nameki Georgiadis and let's get connected. All right, so let's take a look at personal branding versus business branding. Well, personal branding is using your name as your brand, much the way celebrities do. Okay, so it's all about using your actual name. So it's Fred, it's John, plus your surname, okay? Or it's using your name just as some of the biggest brands have built. So lots of celebrities are going forward and using their names, obviously, as their branding and their marketing, you know, sort of icon and image and everything up front. But there are some big brands, big companies that have been built over the years using their personal name as well. And personal branding is often the practice of people marketing themselves and their careers as brands, as actual brands. And you are seeing that a lot more with celebrities, emerging talent, so musicians, artists, people who traditionally found it really, really difficult to cut into any media in the market and get known. They're actually now using their own names and moving forward, thanks to really what the internet and social media offers. So business branding is actually using your business name to brand yourself, and it markets your business, your services, and your products using just your business name. Okay, so it's just a very simple distinction. One is a personal name and one is a business name. So let's take a look at some examples and what this is about. So personal branding, as I said, is like using your name as your brand the way celebrities do. Certainly, it's instantly recognizable as most names are unique. Okay, so most names are quite unique, especially in a particular field. Someone will be known for themselves as an actor or actress, a musician, a particular business owner, a particular service professional. Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins is a big name. All right. Now, the other really, really important thing about personal branding is that people connect with people. So this is a really powerful way to brand yourself and your business. These are the pros for personal branding. Instantly, you're recognizable as a person. You're not just a logo. You're not just a faceless thing or being or organization or collection of who knows who. You're an actual person. Now, the other brilliant thing about personal branding is there is great outreach on social media platforms, especially Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and obviously LinkedIn, because it's all about your personal profile there, as it is, well, Facebook and then your business page. But it just gives you instant outreach because people can connect with you. They find out about who you are, what you do, what your unique point of difference is, and what is it that's attractive about you that could help them maybe solve a problem or achieve something that they're looking for. But the downside of personal branding is, generally speaking, we are generalizing today, all right, it's much harder to sell as a business asset. So it depends on what your business strategy is at the end of the day as to which way you might go with this. So when you're looking to perhaps build a business and sell it in the future, then one of your assets is obviously your branding, which includes your logo, your design, your trademarks, your names, and all those things. When it's a personal name, sometimes it's harder to sell and have it as a business asset. But let's look at some really successful personal branding examples that have gone on to become huge successes and they can sell their businesses. So Coles. Here in Australia, the supermarket, Coles is a surname. Okay, so it comes from the Coles Myer Group. Ford in the USA is a name. Okay, huge success. No one has any problem identifying Ford as a particular type of motor vehicle. Whoops, we're stuck here, are we? Another example is Laura Ashley, for those of you who know homewares, okay? About homewares and, beautiful clothing of a particular type, etc., etc. That's her name. That's Laura Ashley's brand is her name. So it's personal branding. And they've gone on to become multinational brand names and internationally known brands. Let's take a look at business branding. So the difficult part about business branding is you may need to work harder to build the business brand and recognition. Okay. In all honesty, probably 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you've just got to work harder to build the brand and recognition. It takes time to build that brand. Ford didn't happen overnight, nor did Coles, nor did Laura Ashley, nor do most businesses. But the personal branding still took a long time, and the business branding takes longer. Usually it's much harder for outreach on social media platforms because people, quite frankly, on social media and business platforms like LinkedIn, they don't really want to interact with brands, or very rarely do they do, unless you're a huge multinational with a big presence. People know you all around the world, like Coca-Cola, okay, or whatever the brand may be. Then not many people particularly want to reach out and connect with a brand or a business. They love to connect with people. So it's much harder to reach out on social media. I'm going to do a quick check-in. No, don't have any questions at this point, so let's keep going. But the pro side of business branding is that you're actually building a true business asset. In most cases, as we said, we had some examples of names that are true business assets. But most businesses, for most businesses, it doesn't happen in the way that it does for Laura Ashley and Ford and Coles. So they have their business name, but what they're doing is they're building an asset that's recognizable as intellectual property. on and within your business, which you can actually on-sell for much more than a personal brand. Please understand, again, I am generalizing here. This is not, 100% for every case, but we're generalizing to help you become clearer about which direction you want to go in. So again, if you're building a business that at some point in time you see as a saleable asset, something you're building that you'd be able to sell on, then having a brand name built in that business will be easier to sell. It will have a higher attractability for someone looking to take that business owner, because it's not the business owner's name, if that makes sense. Okay. There are, of course, situations where it helps to have the business owner's name because they've built such a reputation for, say, quality or uniqueness in their market that people want to buy that business under that person's name. But that's more the exception than the rule. So that's more the exceptional situation. So taking a look at some of your branding assets, okay? Go in and check IP Australia about trademarking your business name, your tagline, your logo, or any images. This could be in your personal name or your business name. Obviously, if it's a business name, it makes more sense because you're literally creating those assets in your business. Now, if you happen to be from any other part of the world other than Australia, check out the IP or intellectual property organisation within your country. Find out what the rules are, and if it makes sense, go and speak to an IP, intellectual property specialist or intellectual property attorney, or go and do all the research yourself and see whether it makes sense to go trademarking any of those things for your business and create assets out of them. So let's have a look at some business branding examples. Obviously, Nike is one of them. Okay, Nike is a made-up name, as far as I know. Hope I haven't got this one wrong. But its logo is recognizable, and it's a huge, huge organization. And within this name and this logo and the whatever rapport they've built over the years and whatever business they've built over the years with their customers and their prospects, then that's an asset in their business. Another one is Apple. Okay, so they are, it was never under Steve Jobs as a personal name. This was a business name, Apple, which is instantly recognizable. Huge asset base. But I also want you to think that it's not just about your logo, your name, your colors, or your images. And before we go any further, I know that some of you are struggling to toggle between watching this on YouTube and checking the chat box. Thank you. We've had quite a few others jump in and join in. So thank you. Hi, welcome Dave, Mark, Suzanne. We've said hi to Fred, Joseph, John, Ron, and Carmen. What I had for you in the actual platform was a poll, and my question was, which branding are you currently focused on for your business? I'm going to pop that into the chat box. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, is it personal or is it business? Which one are you currently focused on? Personal branding or business branding? And I would love to know why before we go any further. I'd love to know why. So I'll give you a moment to pop that in. So product branding, Suzanne, fantastic. So product branding is another variation, obviously, of your business branding. So under the umbrella of your business brand comes, the names of your products and services. And if you're sort of labeling them and trademarking them, then that's really, really important too. Awesome, Fred. So personal, fantastic. Yep, brilliant. Okay, come on. No need to be shy. Just give me some indication. It's great to hear from you. It'll be brilliant to hear from you. I'm going to wait for someone else to let me know. There's enough of you here to give me some responses because I'm really curious. So now we're 50-50 almost here. Personal or product or personal or business? Let me know. Carl, guys, you're particularly quiet. Sorry, I've just been running webinars this morning where we have such a chatty, crazy group, and it's great fun. And then we're all quiet on this end. Okay, perfect. Suzanne saying our company is also branded the same. Brilliant. Yep, brilliant. So product branding and company branding is the same. And Fred's also saying, I also do some business as well. Woo, I like that. That's really interesting. So we're going to be touching on that in any case, Fred. We'll be touching on that. All right, let's move on. So while you're still typing into the chat box, I'll come back to your answers. So thinking that branding is not just about your logo or your name or your colors or your images or your fonts, it's all that. It's definitely all those things, but it's more than that. And if the only thing you take away today is this, the message on this next slide, then that's brilliant, okay? So it's really, really important to remember. Yes, it is your logo. Yes, it is your name. Yes, it is your colors. Yes, it is your images, etc. But it's these as well. It's your words and how you are perceived in the mind of your target market, okay? In the mind of your audience, it's how you are perceived. So your words also play a role in addition to the images that you're creating, the logo, the colors, and so forth. It's also about how you build awareness and connections with your marketing and your messaging, okay? So you leverage your marketing and your messaging to build that awareness in the marketplace for you and your business and to develop those connections. And it's how you make them feel. If there's one thing you take away today, it's this one. It's how you make them feel using all of the above, okay? So please keep that in mind if you're looking at rebranding or repositioning, upgrading, updating, or changing any of this, okay? Think about how do you want your target market to feel in interacting with you? And then what are the words? What's the messaging? What sort of marketing needs to go behind it? How does that translate into a logo, name, colors, and images? Does this have to be perfect up front? No, no. Start somewhere. I didn't do it for this presentation, but if you want to follow the transition over the years of the taglines and the logo, fonts, colors, and changes of, say, Coca-Cola, for example, absolutely fascinating. Has it been the same for over 100 years? Of course not. So it doesn't matter how you get started. Just understand that this will allow you to evolve over time to better connect with your particular audience, with your perfect prospects and your dream clients, okay? If you focus on how you make them feel, then I'd say you're 70 to 80% of the way there. Okay, do we have any questions on this at this point in time? Awesome, Fred. I love that. Yes, make them feel loved. Perfect. And Suzanne saying, we try to portray a personality for our product and company branding. Suzanne, you're spot on. You see, you're absolutely spot on there. It's a personality wherever possible. Oh my gosh. What I probably should have done, and let me put this into the chat box for you guys to research. It's been a while since I've tapped, a couple of years or so since I've tapped into this, but I think it was spelt like this, Puri. Just look up toilet spray. I don't think that's the right word. Okay, Poo-Pourri, and I'm hoping I've spelt it correctly. Go research that. Not now, not yet, because we've got to finish this content for you to go out there and build better brands for yourselves. But do some research on Poo-Pourri toilet spray and look at how they've created a complete personality around their messaging and their marketing and their branding. And they're very, very clear on who their perfect client is. You saw it at AGA yesterday. Suzanne, what's AGA? I don't think I've heard. I don't know what that acronym is. I'd love to know. Be cool to know. So wherever that is, it would be cool. But yes, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, super cool. Super, super cool. So guys, research that some other time. Let's just try and silence. That's fine, silencing my phone. So, whoa. I put this term together, brand fusion, because this is what I see happening now. these days we are seeing a brand fusion of business and personal, and especially with entrepreneurs and small business owners and service professionals, because they're the ones that can do it. So a big organization, it's hard for them to, for Nike to turn around and put a face and a particular personal name behind it. With certainly with Virgin and Sir Richard Branson, the two go hand in hand, and he's been doing that for a long time. Okay. But he is seen as an entrepreneur as opposed to Virgin just being a big corporate. So think about that as perception, right? That's the perception. And that he has created over the numerous companies and businesses he's grown through Virgin. But mostly, this brand fusion is coming from the small business owners, the medium-sized business owners, entrepreneurs and service professionals who are agile. They're quick to adopt. They have that flexibility. So you guys have that flexibility of, fusing both parts of your branding and leveraging that in your business and your marketing. So it's where the business brand is fused with the owner's name in their branding and marketing. And quite often, what you'll notice is the owner's story featuring in social media. So some stories featuring in social media and around in the public space. And there's also a mix of personal experiences with messaging, with strategic messaging behind them, interwoven with the business messages. Okay, so there's a touch of personal, and then comes the business and the branding around the products, services, and business name. And there's a lot of personal marketing messages to prospects and clients instead of obviously the old polished presence style, okay, that everyone would emulate from the big corporations. So it's exactly as you said, Suzanne. Yeah, it's a question of it's the Australian Gift and Homeware Association. Awesome. Fantastic. So Suzanne, it's like what you said, and that is portraying a personality for the company and the branding. Oh, Fred, thank you. You've given me another example, Aussie Home Loans and Jerry Harvey. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's another really good example of a fusion of both of those. Okay, and that's not by accident. That's them, driving their business the way they had strategically envisioned it. All right, and that was, keeping it personal. So let's have a look at personal branding and business branding and what both of them will benefit from. So what you can do regardless of which one you choose, or whether you're choosing the fusion or just the personal or the business, all of those will benefit from great personal stories and business journey stories. So start thinking about collecting your personal stories and your business journey stories, and finding a good way, an engaging way to tell those stories, one that, where you feel comfortable. So when I'm working with clients one-on-one, sometimes, and we go down the story pathway to put on their About Us page or to use perhaps in a presentation or keynote, there are some, some parts that they still want to keep private, and that's perfectly fine. Oh my gosh, we don't have to tell everyone everything about us in the whole world. The point is to pull out what you think is relevant, what you feel comfortable sharing, what actually, tells them a little bit about a journey, a struggle you've been able to overcome, how you did, and it helps people get to know you more and certainly connect with you more, and that's the whole purpose of it. Now, the other thing that you can do is get great images of you and your team. So personalize the business as well as your personal branding, and that is putting as much as you can out there. Not coming from a person who practices this much, because I'm, usually trying to hide my face, and that's to my detriment. So that doesn't do me too well. Okay, I've got to get over myself. So I suppose my hint is, get over yourself as well if you can, and get some images of you and your team out there through your business. The other way that you can do this, and another thing that you can benefit from, is obviously great videos to share your story, your journey, great case studies and testimonials. These are all really, really relevant to building your brand. And personal connection and interaction with your audience, your prospects, and your clients. So wherever possible, have personal connections and interactions. And again, using email, social media, all the tools and all the networking opportunities out there, then you can do this quite easily. All right, just make sure you've got something you feel comfortable saying, you've got a strong and powerful message, and allow it to evolve again over time, over that space. So both will also benefit from a great tagline. Again, have a think about this, reflect on this. What are the 2, 3, or 4 words, or really, really short sentence that would embody what my business is about, that would actually be attractive to my perfect prospects? So Nike has Just Do It. Coca-Cola one of them was It's the Real Thing, and then it was a million other things after that. But can you see how Coca-Cola, over 100 years of history, has allowed even their tagline to evolve with their changing audience? So there's a percentage of adults that still drink Coke, but it's still perceived as a fairly young person's drink, full of energy in the prime of their life, etc. So they have to keep evolving their message to suit the next generation and the next generation. And the other thing that your business and your branding will benefit from is having a great unique point of difference and a unique value proposition. So, you've got to remember to do the work. You've got to do the work behind this. So with your unique value proposition, a powerful unique value proposition is a tool, a very valuable tool for your business for attracting high quality prospects and clients into your business. You use it to do this. It does this job for your business. It also does this job. It helps you stand out from your competitors. And it also does this one, and that is creates a lasting message that resonates with your perfect prospects. It also makes it easier for people to refer to you. Think about it. If you've got a powerful phrase that embodies what you do and how you care for your clients and your customers, then it makes it easier for people to repeat that. Okay, if it's fairly simple and clear, it's easier for people to say, oh, you should go and see Suzanne for XYZ, or you should go and speak to Fred because blah, 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 and they reel off part of whatever it is, your unique value proposition, or they put it into their own words because it's really, really clear and it's connected with them. Your powerful unique value proposition is also a powerful tool for attracting high caliber alliance partners. So your alliance partners will be able to see again the benefits and outcomes you create for your customers and clients. And they can say, okay, then Stephen's a great person to connect with because of XYZ. Makes it so much clearer. It also makes it easier for you to set up meetings with prospective clients because that's what you'll be telling them about. That's what you'll be talking about. That's how you'll be introducing yourself. And it also makes it easier to introduce yourself at networking events. Once you've got your magnetic messaging down pat, you will be able to, let it flow off the top of your tongue. Again, it doesn't have to be word for word or anything like that, but it just makes it easier to introduce yourself. So we're wrapping up now. I'm going to leave another 10 minutes or so for further questions. But taking your branding and unique value proposition to the next level, what I'd love for you to do is keep an eye out for my email in the coming week or two. And that is because I'll be inviting you to another special webinar and workshop to help you nail your marketing message. Okay, so that's part of your branding. It's also part of your marketing strategy. It embodies a lot of aspects of your marketing, and it's a very foundational piece. So keep an eye out. What we'll be doing is creating the unique value proposition part of your branding and the tagline part of your branding. The webinar will be covering some aspects of unique value proposition, and there'll be an opportunity to jump on a workshop which develops the whole thing, including the tagline. So just keep an eye out. So if you've not yet nailed your message, if you're thinking of transforming your current unique value proposition, maybe your current messaging just doesn't resonate with your audience, And if you feel you need a way to stand out in your marketplace and attract perfect prospects and dream clients, then watch out for those email invitations. That's from me, Nomiki Georgiadis of Business to Business Buzz. Winding up now and going in for Q&A, because I'd love to answer some of your questions and have a look. All right, so Suzanne, what's Cool Clutch Net Our Team? Let's have a look. Cool name, cool by nature. Fred's saying I'm a good guy. The good guys. Let me just open up here. So if I stop sharing this screen and go into sharing, let's go back into Google Hangouts and share a different screen. Whoops, no, this one. Screen share, entire screen. So let me know if you can see that. That's looking a little bit weird. So Suzanne's helped this. This is you? Is this you, Suzanne? Yay! Here she is. Woohoo! Lovely to see you. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so look at this. Beautiful. I love this. Suzanne lives and breathes Cool Clutch. A seasoned sales and marketing professional, Suzanne knew a good thing when she saw it. Cool Clutch will soon be a household name. And this is obviously, look at your awesome products. Aren't they beautiful? So this is about, okay, so you are featuring and highlighting your team. You're telling us about, you know, what it is that's behind your branding. I do love the name. I really love the name, Cool Clutch. The alliteration is fantastic. You know, it's quite obvious the relationship to the name, to the product, and cool by name, cool by nature. Or how about sorry to do this to you. I love cool name, cool by nature. What about cool by name, cool by look? Oh, is it nature because it's natural? Maybe natural hides. I'm not sure, but I love the look of them. And I'm thinking cool by name and cool by look could be cool. Don't know. I don't mean to sort of confuse you or any of that. But this is absolutely spot on. And what you can do here, obviously, in your About Us pages, now start to develop other aspects of your branding, and that could be the personal part, the journey, the story behind Cool Clutch. What is it about? So, oh, I see. I've got it. No, I've got it. This is a cool bag. Hello. Hang on. Let me tap into the messages. Suzanne. Great. Now I can't see anything, and you guys can only see a mess. And my messages have disappeared. Why is that? Let me finish having a look. Now I've got it. Now I got it completely. So cool by nature makes complete sense. Love it. This is perfect. This is women, especially corporate women, right, that need to look absolutely super top notch and still have their gorgeous smoothies and healthy food and snacks inside a clutch that looks so cool. Oh my gosh. And what beautiful gifts they would make too. So awesome. Okay, so let's get back to the branding. Welcome to Cool Clutch, cooler handbags and wine cooler bags. Aren't they lovely? Insulated totes. Yep. Perfect. Blog and contact. So yeah, on your About, oh, you've got your story. We're on the team page that you gave me. So let's take a look at your story. Yep. Yep. So there's a story there, and you've put it out there to let them connect, and remember that the stories you build, the branding, the feel and how you want to make them feel translates to what you put out there in marketing yourself, whether it's social media, whether it's events and shows that you've been to, like the one you've shared with us. So that's fantastic. All right, just going to stop that screen sharing and try and go back to the slides. Maybe I'll be able to see you guys. Screen share, PowerPoint. Let's try that. Let me go back in. I still can't see. I don't know what webinar jams. Here we go. Let's try Q&A. Nope. Oh, I'm so sorry for the techie issues. Could someone just type something into the chat box, because I have a completely different looking window right now. To list all available commands, hit enter. I don't want commands. I just want the chat box I had a moment ago, because I can't communicate with anyone now, and it's really, really sad. Let's have a look. Still can't access that. Can't access that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope. Oh. Yep, no, I'm really, really apologetic right now, but I can't see any of your comments. And even by clicking on the chat box, it's not bringing it up to me. Nope, not showcasing. PowerPoint slide share, just making sure that that's at least in front of you and not all the other nonsense. Ah, frustration. Apologies, apologies, apologies. All right, no, I really can't see your chat. Don't know where it's disappeared to. That's disappeared. Everything's disappeared. All right, guys, if you do have any further questions, connect with me. All right, let me just go back to share my wider screen. So I can't even share a link with you at the moment. I don't know where it's disappeared to. Just go to LinkedIn and find me, Namika Georgiadis, and connect with me because I'd love to hear more about your stories. So you'll see, don't really want to edit profile, but find me. That's my name. That's kind of what it's going to look like, and connect. So if you've got any questions, we can take the conversation there. We can definitely take the conversation in the Smart Small Business Alliance group as well. Thank you for joining me. I apologize. Whoops. See, now I'm sharing my screen and I can't even go back and check. But thank you for your questions. Thank you for your interaction. That's what makes these sessions so valuable for me. If you have any other questions relating to other marketing topics, anything you've heard about you'd like clarification on, or extra training on, or whatever it might be, as part of the Smart Small Business Alliance, you know, it is my mission and my pleasure to be able to set these webinars up so they answer questions and they help get you clarity on certain aspects of your marketing. So join the forum and pop those questions into me at LinkedIn or in the forum. If I go into Facebook, at least if I show you, then you can go and research it yourself. Here we go. For those of you who aren't in Smart Small Business Community, that's us. Okay, can you see that? Facebook.com/groups/smart forums. Come and join in the conversation here as well. All right, so I'm going to end that screen share. Stop sharing. See if that chat box is going to come back for me. No, it's not come back. It's not come back. So thank you to all for participating. There's a chance I won't be jumping on next month in September. So keep an eye out for either an earlier marketing masterclass or a duplicate coming in October. We're not sure how we're going to manage that. Take care, everyone. Have a super duper week. Go out there, move forward with your marketing, and win some you know, clients and customers for your business. And any questions, as I said, connect with me and let me know. And of course, remember to keep remember to keep an eye out for any of my upcoming emails, because if you do need to nail your message, transform it, create a better marketing message and unique value proposition, then you're going to want to come onto this webinar and the workshop. So take care, everyone. Have a super duper week, as I said, and bye for now. Thank you once again.